Hey everyone! Welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to share this video with you today because we're diving deep into one of the most inspiring topics in health and fitness, weight loss transformations. If you're watching this video, chances are you're either on your own transformation journey, thinking about starting one, or maybe you're just fascinated by the incredible human capacity to change. And let me tell you, what we're going to cover today is going to blow your mind. I've spent years studying transformation stories, interviewing people who've lost 50, 100, even 200 pounds, and what I've discovered is that successful weight loss isn't just about the numbers on the scale. It's about completely rewiring your relationship with food, exercise, and most importantly, yourself. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because we're going to be diving into some serious transformation science today. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up. The psychology behind transformations. Let's start with something most fitness channels won't tell you. The real transformation happens in your mind first, not your body. I've seen people with perfect workout plans and meal prep skills fail miserably, while others with basic knowledge succeed beyond their wildest dreams. What's the difference? It all comes down to what psychologists call identity shifting. See, most people approach weight loss from a place of self-hatred. They look in the mirror and think, I hate how I look, I need to change. But here's the problem. You can't hate yourself into a version of yourself you'll love. Successful transformers understand that they need to fall in love with the process, not just dream about the outcome. They start identifying as someone who works out, someone who makes healthy choices, someone who prioritizes their well-being. This identity shift happens gradually, but it's the foundation everything else is built on. Think about it this way. If you see yourself as someone who's trying to lose weight, you're operating from a temporary mindset. But if you see yourself as someone who lives a healthy lifestyle, suddenly every choice aligns with that identity. You're not depriving yourself of junk food. You're choosing foods that fuel the person you are. I remember talking to Sarah, who lost 120 pounds over 2 years. She told me the breakthrough moment wasn't when she found the perfect diet or workout routine. It was when she stopped saying, I'm trying to get healthy, and started saying, I'm someone who takes care of their body. That simple language shift changed everything. The brain is incredibly powerful, and it will work to prove whatever story you tell it about yourself. If you tell it you're undisciplined, it will find evidence. If you tell it you're someone who's transforming their life, it will find ways to make that true too. The science of sustainable weight loss. Now let's talk about the actual mechanics of transformation. Forget everything you think you know about rapid weight loss and miracle transformations. The people who keep weight off long-term understand that this is about creating systems, not chasing quick fixes. First, let's address the elephant in the room, metabolism. Your body is incredibly smart, and when you create a calorie deficit, it adapts. This is why crash diets fail spectacularly. Your metabolism can slow down by up to 40% when you're in an extreme deficit for extended periods. This is your body trying to keep you alive, not sabotage your goals. Successful transformers work with their metabolism, not against it. They create moderate deficits, typically 300 to 500 calories below maintenance, and they incorporate strategic periods where they eat at maintenance or even slightly above. This keeps their metabolic fire burning while still creating the conditions for fat loss. Here's something fascinating. Research shows that people who lose weight gradually, at a rate of 1 to 2 pounds per week, are significantly more likely to keep it off compared to those who lose weight rapidly. Why? Because slow weight loss preserves muscle mass, keeps your metabolism higher, and gives you time to develop the habits that will maintain your results. The most successful transformations I've studied follow what I call the compound effect principle. Small, consistent actions compound over time into dramatic results. We're talking about people who started by walking 10 minutes a day and gradually built up to running marathons. People who started by adding one vegetable to their plate and ended up completely transforming their relationship with food. Your body composition changes happen in phases too. The first phase is metabolic adaptation. Your body learning to efficiently burn fat for fuel. The second phase is structural changes. Your muscles adapting to new demands, your cardiovascular system strengthening. The third phase is what I call integration, where your new habits become so natural they require no willpower to maintain. Understanding these phases helps you stay patient during plateaus and trust the process even when the scale isn't moving. Nutrition strategies that actually work. Let me share something controversial. There is no perfect diet. I've studied transformations across every eating style you can imagine: keto, plant-based, intermittent fasting, flexible dieting, Mediterranean, you name it. People have succeeded with all of them. The magic isn't in the specific approach. It's in finding an approach you can stick to long term. But there are some universal principles that show up in every successful transformation story. First is what I call food awareness. Most people have no idea how much they're actually eating. They think they're eating 1,500 calories when they're actually eating 2,200. The most successful transformers become students of their own eating patterns. This doesn't mean you need to count calories forever, but you do need to develop an accurate understanding of portions and food choices. I recommend people track their food for at least a month, not to restrict, but to learn. It's like becoming fluent in the language of nutrition. Second principle is prioritizing protein. I cannot emphasize this enough. Protein is your transformation superhero. It keeps you full, preserves muscle mass during weight loss, has the highest thermic effect of all macronutrients, and helps stabilize blood sugar. The successful transformers I've studied typically eat 0.8 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of goal body weight. Third is what I call crowding out, not cutting out. Instead of focusing on all the foods you can't have, focus on adding nutritious foods to every meal. Add vegetables, add lean proteins, add healthy fats. When you fill up on nutritious foods, there's naturally less room for the foods that don't serve your goals. Meal timing matters too, but probably not how you think. The research shows that eating regularly throughout the day helps maintain stable energy levels and prevents the extreme hunger that leads to overeating. Whether you eat 3 meals or 6 meals is less important than eating consistently and never letting yourself get to the point of ravenous hunger. Here's a game changer that most people miss: developing cooking skills. Every major transformation I've studied includes someone learning to prepare their own food. You don't need to be a chef, but you need basic skills to prepare simple, nutritious meals. This gives you complete control over ingredients and portions, plus it's significantly more cost-effective than relying on restaurants or processed foods. The psychological aspect of nutrition is huge too. Successful transformers develop what I call abundance mindset around food. They don't see healthy eating as deprivation. They see it as self-care. They find ways to make nutritious food delicious and satisfying. They understand that you can't white-knuckle your way through years of eating foods you hate. Exercise and movement patterns. Let's talk about exercise, and I'm going to start with something that might surprise you. Exercise alone rarely creates dramatic weight loss. But here's why it's still absolutely crucial for transformation. Exercise changes how you see yourself, how you feel in your body, and it preserves precious muscle mass during weight loss. The most successful transformers develop what I call movement identity. They start seeing themselves as active people. This usually begins with finding some form of movement they actually enjoy. I've seen people transform their lives through dancing, hiking, swimming, lifting weights, playing sports, even just walking while listening to podcasts. The key is consistency over intensity. I'd rather see someone walk 30 minutes every single day than do one intense workout per week. Your body adapts to consistent stimuli, and more importantly, daily movement becomes part of who you are. Strength training is non-negotiable for body transformation. When you lose weight, you lose both fat and muscle. Strength training ensures that the majority of your weight loss comes from fat, not muscle. This is crucial because muscle tissue is metabolically active. It burns calories even at rest. The more muscle you preserve, the higher your metabolism stays throughout your transformation. You don't need a fancy gym membership to strength train effectively. Bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, or even just a set of dumbbells can create incredible transformations when used consistently. The key is progressive overload, gradually increasing the challenge over time. Here's something most people get wrong. They think they need to punish themselves with exercise. They associate working out with suffering. Sustainable transformers find ways to make movement enjoyable. They listen to podcasts while walking, work out with friends, try new activities, set performance goals rather than just aesthetic goals. Cardiovascular exercise is important too, but not for the reasons most people think. Yes, it burns calories, but more importantly, it improves your heart health, increases your energy levels, and often becomes a form of moving meditation. Whether it's running, cycling, swimming, or dancing, find something that makes you feel alive, not just tired. The exercise component of transformation is also about building confidence. Every time you complete a workout, you prove to yourself that you can follow through on commitments. Every time you get a little stronger or go a little further, you're building evidence that you're capable of change. Recovery is just as important as the actual exercise. Successful transformers prioritize sleep, manage stress, and listen to their bodies. They understand that transformation happens during recovery, not just during workouts. Let's talk about the reality of transformation. It's not a straight line. Everyone hits plateaus, everyone has setbacks, and everyone questions whether they can really do this. The difference between people who succeed and people who quit is how they handle these inevitable challenges. First, understand that plateaus are normal and actually healthy. Your body is incredibly adaptive, and what worked to get you from point A to point B might not work to get you from point B to point C. This isn't failure. It's biology. When you hit a plateau, resist the urge to drastically cut calories or dramatically increase exercise. Instead, look at your habits objectively. Are you tracking your food accurately? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you managing stress? Often, plateaus are broken by optimizing these fundamentals, not by making extreme changes. Sometimes plateaus are actually periods of body recomposition. You're losing fat and gaining muscle at the same rate, so the scale doesn't move, but your body is changing dramatically. This is why progress photos and measurements are so important. The scale is just one data point, not the whole story. Setbacks are different from plateaus. Setbacks are when life happens. You go through a stressful period, get injured, face a major life change, or simply lose motivation temporarily. Here's what successful transformers do differently. They expect setbacks and plan for them. They understand that transformation is not about perfection. It's about consistency over time. If they have a bad day, week, or even month, they don't throw in the towel. They get curious about what happened, learn from it, and get back on track without the self-judgment that derails so many people. One of the most powerful strategies for handling setbacks is what I call minimum viable progress. When life gets crazy and you can't maintain your full routine, what's the minimum you can do to stay connected to your goals? Maybe it's just taking a 10-minute walk, or eating one nutritious meal, or doing 5 minutes of stretching. These small actions keep the transformation identity alive during difficult periods. Mental resilience is built through practice. Every time you get back on track after a setback, you're strengthening your ability to handle future challenges. Successful transformers see setbacks as opportunities to prove their commitment to themselves. The maintenance mindset here's where most transformation stories end, but it's actually where the real story begins. Maintenance. Research shows that 80% of people who lose significant weight gain it back within 5 years. But the 20% who keep it off share some fascinating characteristics. First, they never stop being vigilant. This doesn't mean they're obsessive or restrictive, but they stay connected to their habits. They continue to monitor their weight, they stay active, they make conscious food choices. They understand that maintaining a transformation requires ongoing attention, just like maintaining any other important area of your life. Successful maintainers also develop what researchers call flexible restraint. They have structure in their eating and exercise, but they're also able to adapt when life requires it. They can enjoy a vacation, celebrate special occasions, and handle stressful periods without completely abandoning their healthy habits. They also continue to set goals, but the goals shift from weight loss to performance, health markers, or lifestyle achievements. Maybe they train for a race, work on flexibility, focus on strength gains, or set goals around energy levels or sleep quality. This keeps them engaged in their health journey beyond just the number on the scale. One of the most important maintenance strategies is building a supportive environment. This means surrounding yourself with people who support your healthy lifestyle, keeping your home stocked with nutritious foods, and creating systems that make healthy choices easy and automatic. Successful maintainers also develop what I call identity reinforcement practices. They regularly remind themselves of how far they've come, they celebrate non-scale victories, and they share their story with others. This helps them stay connected to their transformation identity even when motivation wanes. Building your support system transformation is not a solo journey, despite what social media might have you believe. Behind every successful transformation is a support system, and building that system is one of the most important things you can do. Your support system might include family members who learn to cook healthy meals with you, friends who become workout partners, online communities of people on similar journeys, or professional support like trainers, nutritionists, or coaches. The key is having people who understand and support your goals. Sometimes your biggest challenge isn't finding supporters. It's dealing with people who consciously or unconsciously sabotage your efforts. These might be family members who feel threatened by your changes, friends who miss the old version of you, or coworkers who make comments about your food choices. Learning to navigate these relationships while staying true to your goals is crucial. Setting boundaries is essential. You need to communicate clearly about your goals and what kind of support you need. Sometimes people want to help but don't know how. Be specific about what would be helpful and what wouldn't be. Finding role models and mentors is powerful too. This might be someone in your personal life who's maintained a healthy lifestyle, or it might be online personalities or authors whose approach resonates with you. Having examples of people who've successfully maintained transformations helps you see what's possible. Remember that your support needs will change throughout your journey. The support you need when you're starting might be different from what you need when you hit your first plateau, which is different from what you need when you're maintaining your results. Conclusion and final thoughts as we wrap up today's deep dive into weight loss transformations. I want you to remember that your transformation is uniquely yours. While there are principles and strategies that work across the board, the specific path you take will be different from anyone else's. The most important thing I can tell you is this: start where you are, use what you have, do what you can. You don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. You don't need perfect circumstances or unlimited time or a complete lifestyle overhaul. You just need to start and stay consistent. Your transformation story is already beginning, whether you realize it or not. Every choice you make is either moving you toward the person you want to become or away from them. The power is in your hands, and the time is now. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who might need to hear this message. Subscribe for more evidence-based content about health, fitness, and transformation. And remember, I believe in your ability to create the changes you want to see in your life. Your transformation is possible. Your story matters. And your future self is counting on the decisions you make today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.